Ah, hello, Ray. I was wondering if anybody was. Got to turn this down, or I'm going to drive myself nuts. I was wondering if anybody was going to show up. It is Easter, after all. Oh, let's see. How? Blink. And that. There. Yeah, it's working. Ugh. I got on this little thing to fix, and I thought I may as well do it live. Well, latency's not so bad this time. It's about 3 seconds. That's a lot better. Last time it was about 7 or 8, and I had it on ultra low latency. So how's your day going so far? Oh, nice. And you stopped watching that to come over here. Where are you? What part of the world? Ireland. One of the few places in the world that I would like to go to if I was going to travel outside of the country. I never got to go to that part of the world. I went to the other part of the world where it's not quite so nice, at least in my mind, and a lot farther away from our sensibilities. Let's put it that way. I always wanted to go over and do a East Pack instead of a West Pack when I was in the Navy. But I would love to go to Ireland. So, both of my last names, I was adopted when I was 6, and both of my last names are 100% British. I did one of those family tree genealogy things, to find out what your lineage is, and it was like 92% British Isles and a smattering of something around Norway. But I've always wanted to go to Ireland. I just looks like such a pretty place to be, at least in all the movies. Viking. I don't know. I did a trace back before I was adopted. My last name was Montague or Montag, and I did a trace back, and there is a possibility that I could trace it back to 1066 with the right hand man of it, the guy that I can't remember what his name was. It was in the Battle of Hastings. Was a Montag, but that might just be wishful thinking. Hey, Friday, House XYZ, welcome. Hmm. See, it's well, let's see. You're in Ireland, so you definitely got your egg hunting done, or the kids did by now. Probably dark. Let's see, 7 o'clock. Yeah, 6 or 7 o'clock around there. Might be dark. Mhm. Ah, in Texas. Yes, it's interesting doing these things because it's all worldwide, and that's why I picked 3 o'clock was because it kind of seemed to fit around large portions of the globe. Yeah, Radio Shack was fun. They, I never worked in a store, but I worked, as a bench tech. They had a interesting ethic in those days. Of course, when in those days they were the big guys. I mean, that's where you got your electronics, and they were a lot more um, customer oriented than they were towards the end. But it was a fun place to work. There towards the end, though, the old joke about them, the way they got store employees was to get the people that were hitchhiking out of town and bring them back in and promise them a job. Almost felt as though that was true. The funnest job though was fixing everybody's mistakes for Heathkit. That was that was great. A little challenging at times, taking a full on kit that somebody had built and try to rework it and resolder a PC board with a real soldering iron rather than a Weller 1,000-watt gun. Oh, you did the CB repairs. Yeah, I didn't. I guess. What was it FM in those days, like it is now, or was it all AM? Although I think you guys have what, one or two channels that are AM, also. I don't know. I'm not real up to date on that stuff. I don't. I don't do much CBing. I don't do any CBing at all. No, all AM and single sideband. Okay. I had one I fixed the other day. Mine. This thing. You can see it. It's a yeah, Gemtech. I don't know who it was made by originally, but it works. I use it to test when I get CBs from somebody. No, that's just a 40 channel AMer. Nothing special about it. Yeah, they did do that. Excuse me for a second. About 6 months ago, I went to visit my grandchildren, and they gave me something not COVID, just grandchild disease. Thrown away a bunch of these? No, no, no. They work fine. One of the things you really the big thing about these is this thing here, this cord. It looks like a plain old 6-pin phone cord, like from a PBX. It's not. It's reversed. The whole thing is reversed backwards. So if you plug the base unit into this with a regular cord, it won't do anything. It also won't eat it up, but it won't do anything. People still use these around here. What did you say? Yes, they really got heavy into, like you said, into cell phones and things like. There towards the end, that's all they did. You could go in and get some parts, but that's about it. NX units are about as old as we. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to remember though, if you're over here, oh Blitz, hello. I missed if you're over here and you get yourself a little low power FM station, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. And these are the kind of things that you're going to need if you're going to do any kind of telephone stuff. The only problem with these is they work okay for for regular POTS lines. They're a little flaky when it comes to derived POTS out of PBXs. They still work. As a matter of fact, if I get the time tonight, I'll do it with this. I can make this work all the way through on a what do you call those things? Free, well, not free, $25 a year Magic Jack. Yeah, I can make this thing work on a Magic Jack. It's and it works great. But I don't know if anybody's noticed recently or not, but the days of two-way communications on cell phones is over. You can't talk and them talk at the same time. It's almost like push to talk. They're jamming so much stuff down that poor little signal, interleaving so much stuff in there that they can't get two-way anymore. And all of your talkback is now locally derived, which is, I guess, okay. But wow, has this thing never been open? Oh no, it's never been open. We're gonna break the warranty. Well, I guess we may as well get on with it, eh? First thing we're going to do is I just want to open this thing up and let you all see what they look like inside. They're pretty complicated little device, really. They're you got to remember, this thing's got to be a full, like, little telephone switching circuit unit for 6 phone lines. Plus, it's got to be able to put people on hold, and it's got to be able to conference call them all together. We may as well go through what's on here for those of us, you that aren't. What is it? I use a. Yeah, I guess it is. I've heard about it, but I haven't done anything with it. that OBI 202. I don't know. I got that Magic Jack back when it was a real pain in the neck to work, and now it just plugs in and goes. You don't even have to have it hooked up to the back of your router. All right, so on the back of these things, we've got a mic input for the mic or line input to put in the for your mic if you're going to use this thing by itself. You also have a auxiliary input here, which will mix with, I believe it'll mix with the mic. This is the output that goes out to your board, and this one is the program on hold, so that if you want them to hear something, usually the station that you're going to put them on hold for, you put it in there. The remote is for remote output to control it. I think there's some opens, dry contacts in here. This is where that switch console goes. This is the RS-232 for controlling this thing via a computer. Here's your 6 telephone lines and your power going in. That's about it. You can cascade these things, 2 of them, so you get 12 lines. On the front, we got a couple little LEDs, status LEDs over here. A little level for a program on hold level so that you're not beating the heck out of them, which you can. This thing has no headroom. Gain reduction level for in and out so you can see what your gain looks like. And yes, it is. It's a 1x6. Yeah. And override, or over level and AGC on and off. And this is your gain pots for in and out, so you can adjust it from the front. Usually this part of the box is back in the rack room, and the only thing you got in the studio is this with all the buttons, which, interestingly enough, if you look at this, this thing has 6 possible phone lines, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 push buttons for the different lines. I've never seen I've never seen a 10, 1x10. I don't think they make them. And these are just, they have light bulbs in them. They just, and they push button and they do stuff, but nothing works. It's interesting. Maybe they were going to make one. But not that I've ever seen. So let's open this up just to make sure that none of the capacitors have blown up. I have not actually ever seen one of these with bad caps. I did see one once. Late last year, that I could not fix because the programming, well, the microcontroller, hello, where are you, had lost its programming. And if that happens, you're definitely not going to get any kind of help from Telos as far as a new programmed one. Well, if you send it back to them, they will, which they did for the guy for a price, but they wouldn't give it to me. All right, well, there's the inside of it. This is the power supply over on this side. This is all of the telephone stuff. Bunches of little op amps and other little parts in here. I'll see if I can find these. These are LM, what are they, 503s or 1503? I can't remember. Yeah, 1503s. And you know, when we get to the manual, I'll show you real quick. Here's your the brains of it, high and low. You are, whoa, wow. Okay, the word just went away. No, you can't. I tried. I tried to get one of these things and read it, but it's the lock is burnt out on them. They have a little lock on them. Hi, Ian. Glad you could make it. Yeah, I got one of these and put it on my 666, and it won't read it, unfortunately. And there's a couple of really hard to find chips in here. This one hit back here. This yeah, whatever it is, it's called U14. This U14 you can't find, or this. A couple of these other ones, they just aren't available. But this is the regular radio telephone part. These are drivers. Their only part is to drive the LEDs. And this is the brains of the thing. This is a Rev D. This is a relatively later one. What year is this? See if I can find something with a date code. Me. 97. Looks like 97. Yeah, and here's the microprocessor for the whole thing. It's a Zilog Z85C. And this is all the brains. This is all the telephone stuff. And this over here is the power supply. What's a bummer? If we look at the power supply, it's kind of funny. It's like, come on. It looks like it was made by Meanwell. I gotta take this off to look for caps. This one is very clean on the inside. There are not very many capacitors in here that you have to worry about. As a matter of fact, I don't think hardly any. This big one, but that's a super cap. For memory for the brains. All right. Oh yeah, I thought that I had the same thing happened to me with a remote control for the transmitters. I can't remember the name of what they were, but they blanked them out so that you can't read them. And yeah, well, they're proud of their stuff. Anyway, so here's our power supply. It's got, what is it, 12 volts, plus or minus 12 volts in ground. Which, we want to check that before we do anything else. Remember the rules. Thou shalt read voltages first. I have a feeling that this works. The guy got it and plugged it in and said it didn't work. Straight out of the box. So, let's see. Meter, you gonna show up? Yay! Meter showed up. Artiste. Soundbox. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. All right. I'm just going to put this, I'm going to put it on the light bulb, turn it on, see if anything goes bang. Nope, no bang. But it came on, the light came on, and the only light's on, it says off. It's off because no button is pushed on the control. But all we want to do right now is check for voltages. So let's see. We got, this should be plus 5 volts, 4.99, that's good. Okay. Artiste. Let's see, this one is plus 12, 12.36, and this one is minus 12.33. So, our voltages are all there. It's not making any noises, and I don't smell anything. That's good. Well, let us see if we got at least music on hold. There we go. Ah. You talking about me? Okay. And plug in the little function generator. It's one of those little cheapies that you got years ago. Yes, it is. You never know when it comes in handy to know where the burning is coming from. Let's see. Let's plug. Oh, I don't need 2 volts. Let's bring up the function generator. Turn it down to about 0.5. About a half a volt. That should be plenty. And see if the audio sections of this thing are working. And they are. Yay. We got audio going in. And if I remove it, the light does go out. Cool. All right. So that actually is a good test on this because it tests literally half or better than half of the ICs in this section, the op amps in this section, because of the way that they integrate it all in there. All right. So now we got, let's put in a microphone. Microphone won't really help me. Well, it might help a little bit. However, microphone, you really need one of these if you're going to do any of this kind of stuff, guys. If you want to fix anything that takes a mic input, go out and spend the money and get a line input adapter. This is an A15LA from Shure. It is 600 ohms, balanced, bridging in, and 600 ohm or 150 ohms mic level out. 50 dB pad. You got to have that because if you don't, you're going to be feeding line level for most of the stuff. And if you try to take like a function generator like this thing I've got here, if you try to take that down to like, this one will only register down to 0.01, and that's still way over minus 50 dB. So we'll plug that in there. And now I can take my function generator up to 3.5, which is about 0 dB input. And watch our gain reduction for our level. We're setting at 0 and minus 18. So if I take this away, well, not 20. Don't do 20. It depends on the version of this, too. We'll do 4 volts. Okay, it popped up. Because it's not actually audio, you won't see it. There we go. But it's, okay, so that is working. Interesting. Well, the only way I could test the rest of this is to actually put the base station on it. Does that XLR connector provide phantom power? No, it does not. No, it does not. This is meant specifically to come out of a mic output from your board, like your studio board, or when you're in the studio, something like that. It does not do phantom power. You got to remember how old this thing was. You notice all this stuff in here is all through hole. There's no surface mount in here at all. Hell, they're lucky to have this super cap. How big is that thing anyway? I've never actually looked. 5N3. Real hard to read because it's so small. I don't know. Maybe it's in the manual. All right. Well, let's turn it off. And plug this end into one of these, doesn't really matter, and this end into here. All right, now what should happen, this is all plastic, which I find kind of interesting considering the beatings these things go through, that they're still there. All right, yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah, working with SMDs is, you almost have to anymore. Some of them, like 204s, or what are they, 0204s? Yeah, I mean, look at me, guys. I'm like, what, 72? I wear these things, and I have to wear these things to be able to even see some of those really small ones. All right. So what should happen when I turn this on? All these should light up for a minute and then go out. All right, here we go. What? Well, that didn't work. Uh-oh. Okay. Try the other hole here. Wow. Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. What is... Something's rattling in there. All right, let's get this off the bench then, for now. And we'll open this up. Like I said, this is all... That bothers me. That's not a good noise. This is all plastic and not... It's pretty hard. I don't know all my different plastics like ABS and stuff. Plethora of spectacles magnifying. Oh, yes. The military told me I had 20/20 vision. Later they told me I was just stupid and joined the Navy. No, they didn't. But that, I'll tell you what, when I... somewhere around 50, I guess... My 20/20 vision, I mean, it was so bad I couldn't even see what I did before. You know, that 20/20 hindsight. Hindsight wasn't even clear. Nowadays, I don't know what it is, but I know I got astigmatism in both eyes. So, but fortunately, I can still get glasses through the VA, and it doesn't cost me anything. All right. Oops. Okay. 6. 3 more. Well, you know what I want somebody to make, and I wish somebody would do it. Why doesn't somebody make a set of spy glasses, you know, the camera and the glasses up here, but put your prescription in them, or at least different levels of reading glasses. I can't find them. I don't understand why. Okay, so took out my 6 screws. Take it off. And there's the inside of this. Ooh. Oh my. This plugs into this board, into the main board down here, and it is not. That plugs in pretty hefty, and it's screwed down over here. I wonder if this was exercised by FedEx or UPS or somebody. You know, that exercise where you fall off the truck 9 times. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Printing lenses. That's a cool idea. Let's get this board off here. I want to see how it looks like. The looks like the connector's pretty banged up over there. Then we'll take a look at this board too, because it's kind of interesting. Going for age, you'll understand what I mean here. This is where most of your problems happen, is in this little board here. All right, this is God. This is the keyboard and all of its connections. By the way, on this thing, these are your individual lines. These bring it onto getting ready to go on the air, and this is for the. These down here are for the guy that takes the phone calls before you get on the air, so that he can talk to you without it going on the air. It's got a hold and a drop button, and so does this guy up here. What you would do is, if you had a guy on and was flashing, we'll see when it's flashing, then you push the button, it goes to solid, and you talk to him, and then you can put him on hold. If you put him on hold and hit another one, then it will bring them both up. So you can do conference calls. Anyhow, yeah, it did get bent. I mean, one of the pins got fairly bent, if we can see it there. Let's see. There. Fortunately, I think that's about all. None of them are busted. The board did not appear to flex enough to break anything. Anyway, what I was going to say here, well, here, let's do this first. Whoops. Be careful with these guys. If you break it off, you're digging through the junk box to find something to make it fit. These little things will not take much in the way of back and forth abuse. There we go. All good. This thing comes in, the power comes in through this P2 over here, through this plug, which goes over here onto this end, off of the plug that comes in. I think it's 24 volts or something like, no, it's not, it's 12. It comes in, and the first thing it sees is a couple of caps here and this. Believe it or not, this is a 5-volt regulator. Same thing as a 7805, exactly. Only this is a 78 ST105HC. It's literally huge. And if we look on the bottom, it's just three little connectors. I believe they are, yeah, in, ground, and out. So you can replace this if it's bad. And I've seen a couple of them if it's bad with a LM7805 if you give it a heat sink. Now, every single one of these I've ever seen came ready to handle 2 of these little bricks. You can't get these, by the way. They're Pluto non-obtainium. I've never ever seen these with 2 on there, only 1, and they are hooked up in parallel. So you got, this comes over here, the input goes over here to the input, and the output ties to the output. So they're just hooked up in parallel. So I guess they thought that maybe they needed more current. Maybe that's when they thought they were actually going to have 10 lines. I don't know. Anyway, this one over here is not bent. That's good. All right, but now, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't want to take that thing off of there because it's relatively difficult to get back on again. What happened, somehow, this little plastic standoff that's like these other 2 over here, which are both loose, came completely off of this screw that goes through the board. So I'm going to see if I can get it started and spin it fast enough to tighten it. Oh, yes. It worked. When you take this off, all the keys fall off. It's a real pain to get it back together again, all in the same the correct and still and all working. So if you could avoid taking this board apart, trust me. And this one is loose too. Is this going to work twice? Yes. Okay, that's just called plain flat lucky. Okay, all right, so we got that back on. Let us very carefully, because the pins were bent and I don't want to bend them any more than I have to. Put that back on there. That back on there. And screw it down so it doesn't fall out. Six people willing to give up part of their holiday to come watch me fix something on the bench. Amazing. Thank you. Wait a minute. That's what I thought. These had, whoops. These had washers on them. Did that come loose? No. Goody. All right. Well, this might not be much of a repair. Oh, God, did I have to say that? That was silly. Just jinxed it. Hopefully this live repair goes better than the last live repair, which wasn't a repair. Thing's still sitting on the bench. I get mad at that thing. It's been around for quite a while now, and every time I think I got find something wrong with it, it doesn't fix it. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make any difference at all. Before work tomorrow. You guys don't get off Easter Monday, they call it now. I wonder if the post office does. They seem to get off everything every day. I'm going to check this real quick. This has not had any power on it for a long, long time. And I don't know. 0.2 volts. No. Okay. All right. So there's that. All screwed down and put back in his case. If this was a FedEx, well, yeah, okay. Are you one of those guys that gets to go out at 3 o'clock in the morning when the heater doesn't work for the rich people who can't stand to just get under more covers for a couple hours? Bitter much, Dave? No. I haven't even screwed this together yet. That's a rule. Don't ever screw things together until you're sure they're going to work. We are off over there. And All right, we ready? There we go. Yay! Hey, look at that. Everybody busy. Busy them all. Cancel. Cool. Busy. Unbusy. We're online. Flash new. Look at that. All the lights are lighting like they're supposed to. Yeehaw. Okay, well, now I got to go get the Magic Jack. Plug it in and see if I can make this work. Because there's really no other way to test it. I mean, you can throw audio at it all you want to all day long. But the problem is it's not going to notice that there's a voltage on it, on the inputs. It's not going to do anything. It just won't work. So you have to have some sort of a phone thing. If any of you guys out there got any idea how I can make or buy my own little fake telephone system that provides the voltage, the ringer voltage, ringer equivalency setup, because these are ringer equivalency of 1.5. I wonder, my viewers are probably old enough to remember what that means, and be able to do the latching that they need to do with the talkback. If I could find something like that I could build into a box rather than trying to play with the Magic Jack, it would be great. So if you guys know anything about that, put it down in the, what does he call them? Doobly-doo, down there in the bottom. Okay, so if you will give me a few minutes here, I will go pull out the Magic Jack and we'll see if we can make this work. Okay? Six days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 to 10 p.m. with one day off. No, I've been on call. I'm still on call because they know my phone number and where I live. And if the transmitter goes down, I live 8 minutes away. The other engineer lives an hour and 15 minutes away. Guess who they're going to call? All right, I'm going to go get the Magic Jack. Hang on. Okay, your phone, Magic Jack's going now. People still here? Hello. Okay. There's my my phone. I picked this up for $1 at a yard sale one day. It's kind of cute. Ain't much to it. And there's the new Magic Jack. I've never actually tried this on the Switch. I got a Dell Switch 2016 port, which I got for $5 at the let's see. Do not plug into hub. Yes. Use without a computer. All right. This thing says right on the back of it, to use with a computer, plug directly into computer USB port. Do not plug into hub. The old version, you had to plug it into the hub, which kind of limited where you could use it. This, you're supposed to be able to actually take with you and plug it into your laptop and use it when you're out in a hotel someplace. I'll tell you what, I got absolutely no complaints about these silly things. I've been using them for years now, and $25 a year, I think, something like that. And they just work. And I get notifications on my cell phone when this is ringing. Matter of fact, I can actually pick it up from anywhere I want to. They're kind of cool. All right, this is just a power supply for it. Let's plug this into the USB and turn it on, and we'll see what happens. And this goes... Uh-oh. Do I have... We'll put this in line 1. I need a... phone cord. Hang on. Whew. I have this. I have a desk around the corner, which is a flat spot that collects everything. Anyway, so this okay, brain just stopped functioning. This doesn't go there, dummy. This goes from the Magic Jack to line 1, That's the input. This is monitor. This is for auxiliary phone. That would be this guy right here. Lots of wires hanging around. I need a microphone. An old SM78, I think. 68, whatever. And a mic cable. Okay. Whew. Crawling around under that bench. The bench is made out of a door. And I goofed when I made it. It's way too high. All right, so this goes to mic in. Make sure that this is on mic in. Mic level goes in according to the buttons over there. I don't have auxiliary. Okay. Okay. Too many wires. And then this goes into music on hold. Well, there's the setup, folks. I wonder if it's going to work. Well, let's see. Let's turn it on. There. That was weird. Oh, it was going through the light bulb. So it didn't like that. What state am I in? Ohio. The heart of it all. Let's see. Magic Jack. Oh, for crying out loud, I don't remember my password. Hang on. I don't remember. This is not good. Let's see. What does it want? It wants my email. Okay. It wants my password too. I can't remember. Oh, brother. I don't remember my password or my login. Hang on. I think. I gotta find out what, okay, alright, so that's nice. That's not the right one. Oh no. it's been so long since I had to get into this thing that I believe my I don't even have that. Oh, I think I lucked out. Yes, I lucked out. Okay. No, I don't want to update it while using this app. Yes, allow it to make phone calls. Of course. Finally. I got into my Magic Jack. You hear some good music. It would be a 1 kilohertz tone. And let's get the 4 off of that. That is way too high. Go to 0.5. That's good. All right. So now, we got to find out. We got nothing. All right. Let's see. Hello? Hello? Well, something is ringing. Okay. The Magic Jack is working. And I got to take all of these off. Hang up. Thank you. Whew. All right. Sorry about this. This is weird. I believe the Magic Jack is working, though, because I'm trying to dial, and I'm dialing my own phone. Okay. All right. So let's try this. I don't know this phone number, so I have to. Okay. Now we're going to see if this will ring in. It's ringing, but nothing is happening here. That's because it is not. This is not working over here. Okay. So we're going to have to do this the other way. Let's see if it works like this. So you guys enthralled yet? Plug you into there, you into there. Turn you on. Plug you into the switch. And see if it goes through. It's blinking. So well, it picked up. No dial tone. Okay, no dial tone yet. But this thing did pick up when I hit the button to put it online. It said error 3002. Check your internet connection or contact customer care. Okay, it lit up. It's flashing over here now on the other side. So let's see if I can get it to call. It should flash if it. All right, we'll give it a shot. Ta-da! All right. So I want to be the guy answering the phone. I pick it up, and I can hear myself. Let's see. If I put this up to here, can you hear me? Where's the? There it is. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear that at all? As I'm talking, I don't know. And if I talk to you this way, can you hear that? So now I'm coming through there. Now, if I put this on hold, oops, it hung up. That could be a bad thing. All right, let's pick it up here. All right. Hello? Ah, there we go. All right, I'm going to talk to you across the microphone way over here. So, can we see echo? Yeah, can you hear me from here or not? Because I can't tell. And it's going to sound like crap because it's yeah, I hanged up on myself. But I think it's working. I know it's working because I can hear me talking to myself about several milliseconds late, which makes it very hard to talk like a guy in a booth at a big stadium. All right, so I want to put me on hold. Yep, I'm on hold. And there is the tone. Let's make it 300 hertz. There we go. There's the tone coming back from music on hold. So, there we go. It works. That's enough. Well, take him off hold and hang up. So, it does work. That is cool. Probably the whole repair was because this thing took a nosedive from the top of the truck 3 or 4 times. We have music on hold. It picks up a phone call. We got to make sure. Let's bring up a line. There's a line. Let's see. Let's make sure it dials out. Well, it would. It would if... No, what am I doing, stupid? Here. All right. It would... I didn't hear any tones. No. We got no tones. Oh, that's a bad sign. Well, that's interesting. See if it's even passing them. Yeah, that worked. but not making any tones through here. That's not good. Well, we're going to have to find out why. That would be in here. How much do you owe me for what? I ain't fixed it yet. Okay, let's turn it off. And well, now we got to get the manual. Let's see. The manual. There it is. And I gotta move you guys over here. Come back over here. Get the little hand so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And let us go down to the schematic and find out. This manual is absolutely fabulous not. Find out where the dip switches are both down. Yes, that's where they're supposed to be. Okay. Dual 10 line. Yeah, I've never seen one. Jeez, come on. Where's the... I want to see... Aha. Where's the dialer? All right, so we got... Thank you. Don't bother to put any kind of voltages or anything on here for me. Ooh. That is just a switch box. Just switches, that's it. Well, that's J1, which is also P1. That's P1. This wasn't supposed to be this hard. These are keyboard column sends. LED row returns. So how... That's audio. That's phone and control. Never had one of these go out before, so hang on. That's the microprocessor. That is the... Okay. We're into here. That's what these guys are. These are all of these that you see here, these are little... Well, you don't see anything. All of these guys that you see down here, these are actually little switches in a package, which is what's up here. Let's see if I can make... let's see, make the manual a little bit smaller. Yeah, drag it off to the side a little bit. Yeah, all of these guys in here, these are all these little switches that look like op amps down here. I got to get, I don't know, I might actually have to read theory of operation, since I've never had the DTMF dial tone go out before. Interesting. I don't know. Philosophy? Okay. Telos. Gotta love them. Okay. Does it have... Yeah. This is all just... Says a standard keypad is provided so that outgoing calls can be placed from the switch console to dial out through the internal hybrid. Select an available line on one of the top row line buttons and dial. You want to place a call on the auxiliary phone and there is no second hybrid connected. Pick up the handset, select an available line on the bottom row of line buttons, and dial using the dialer on the phone. So you can't... Well, that's interesting. So you can't dial. Never knew that. So I guess it makes sense. If you're the guy outside that's screening calls, you have a phone you can dial through like I did before. So I guess that makes sense. Let's see, though. If I pick up this line, okay, and I dial, hang on a second. My phone. Yay. Okay. It worked. All right, so you can't dial out from here. On this pad, you can only dial out from if you were the operator of the board pushing these buttons up here. I did not know that before because I've never tried. All right, so let's see if I can hear me. I can hear me. Yes, I am. And yeah, you like that? Nothing wrong with me. Audio out. Audio out. How am I going to do this? So one thing I did not hook up. This is out. Going back to your whatever. And how am I going to do this? We having fun yet? Okay. Where am I? I got to be able to plug this into my amplifier. And I can do that if I can find my little... Ooh, where are you guys? I need a... is my brain not functioning? It just quit all of a sudden. Well, heck. I just had one. Where did it go? Oh, brother. I'm missing an entire little box of goodies here that I cannot find anywhere. And you'd think I would be able to. Well, for crying out loud, I guess well, hang in there with me for just another minute. This is ridiculous. I gotta... Wait a minute. Do I have... I made something to do something like this one time. It was just a little cord. Aha! Found it. Do this to this, this to this. Ooh, yeah, that's enough. Okay, and that's what's going into the board in the studio. That sounds good. Now, what you can hear, I don't know, can you hear me coming back a few seconds later? That's because it's picking it up through the microphone. If you think about it, what these things have to do, my gain reduction is showing up in the front here, yes. What these things have to do is they have to be able to split the audio coming in from a caller so that that caller's audio goes into the board so that you can pick it up and listen to it in the board, off the board, and put it out in the air. Then it also has to take your audio and separate it out so that it does not, as much as possible, go back through the board and combine in the board so that you hear that on the air also, like you're hearing here because you're hearing me come back to myself. And then take your audio out that you're talking into it, back out to the telephone line through all of this stuff down here, and the filters that are in here so that it takes out your return audio and just puts that back down the line without them coming out of the board back down the line too. So these are really pretty complicated little devices, but we're still online. We're still working. And let's see, put them on hold. Yep, we still got tone on hold. Pick them back up. And when they do this is on purpose, by the way. In case you ever call into a radio station, let me show you something. I'm going to put it on hold. Now, when I take it off of hold, you will hear, on purpose, a noise. And that noise is on purpose. Here we go. Did you hear that? Hang up on myself. Did you hear that? Well, that's on purpose, to tell the people on the other end that they are now going back on the radio. So, we fixed it. We really didn't fix much. We plugged the board back in there, but you know what the heck, it works. And it can go back to the guy so he could put it in his little radio station and be happy with himself and make callers and things on the air. So these things are not throwaway yet. They still work. And there's no reason. Why is this still up there? I don't know. You guys still there? Why do I have my 1x6 still showing up on the board? Or is that just, oh my goodness. I am way behind. There. I don't know what happened. Anyway. Okay, cool. All right. Did you guys get to see all of that, I hope, or was that just stopped? Because my return to me that I can watch for what I'm doing just stopped. Because I was... Oh, good. Hopefully it recorded it, too. The last time I did this, it didn't record anything except out online, and that was awful, by the way. Hopefully this one was a better one. Well, there you go, guys. We got a repair online, real live time, and proof that to you radio folks out there, if you want to, this keeps stopping. Why does this proof to you radio guys out there that you can actually, in a pinch, use a magic jack and be able to use it on a phone hybrid system. That's pretty cool when you think about it. I mean, that's a magic jack. Carry it around your pocket when you go out on your remotes and you've got your emergency return. And if you guys are in radio, you know there better be an emergency return, maybe two, because losing a remote is not an option. I guarantee you. Oh, well, there we go. Any questions that you guys have out there that you want to know anything about this fine piece of antique equipment that's still functional and working? I'll be glad to answer anything I can. Just remember, I'm just a self-taught radio station engineer. The only thing I got to be in a radio station engineer was everything has to be fixed right now, and it has to work forever. And you're not allowed to spend any money doing it. Put a mic up to the speakerphone. Yeah, things have changed a little since 2006. Yeah. I once did a remote with two cell phones strapped, or two phones, not cell phones, but two phones strapped together with black tape for about a half an hour into the remote, because the ISDN line that I got put in the week before the remote, the night before we had the remote, somebody down at the radio or down at the telephone company couldn't figure out what that patch panel was for, and so they pulled the patch and took my ISDN line completely out. And I showed up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the remote, and I had no audio. Had no return, and I was in a spot where I couldn't use the UHF or VHF Martys. It was sad. It really was. But it got on the air, and people heard it, and the client was happy enough that he paid. So I got several of those kind of stories. Yeah, someday I'll tell you about the little brown jug fiasco. That was interesting. Anyhow, so I guess there's no more questions. I'll just close this one out, start putting this thing back together, and ship it back to the guy tomorrow or Tuesday. I got a lot of stuff to ship out, but And I'm going to let this sit on the bench here and just run for a couple hours anyway. And just to make sure it runs. I run everything for a couple of hours. Um, just because, and then I'll monitor the voltages and make sure that they're clean so that I don't have anything bad coming out of the power supply. These little power supplies, these are made in Taiwan. These and the Meanwells, don't knock Meanwells. Meanwells are great little power supplies. They got their business making power supplies for medical equipment, so they're pretty good things, and they're relatively cheap and lots of power for a very small box. I can picture the real guys. Here's where, yeah, yeah, yeah. The day I went out to the truck and somebody stole one of the Martys. I got it back. I got it back, but that sort of took us off the air for a minute. So, guys, hey, thanks for stopping by, and maybe I'll see if I can do this like on a regular basis on Sundays or whatever, around 3 o'clock. If y'all like them, if you want to see me fix stuff like this, I'll be glad to do them. Okay. Well, thank you, people. I appreciate it. So we'll just call this one a done deal and a happy day. Hey, it's Easter. You're supposed to be happy on Easter. See you guys later. Have a good one.